Edition of Sport Express. My name is Kingsley Akman, who serve with the International Newsreel after the break. Press, Stanford International Newsreel. Pedro Peter is here with a lot of juicy stories.
Thank you, Kingsley. We start off with the Higher Institutions Football League season for 2019. The 2019 season of the Higher Institutions Football League (HIFL) will come to a close this weekend at the Agege Township Stadium, with 4 schools battling it out for supremacy. In the third place playoff, Obafemi Awolowo University, OAU Ile-Ife, will trade tackles with the University of Ilorin, while in the showpiece final, University of Agriculture Makurdi will take on the University of Calabar. Matches will commence at 12 noon and at 3 p.m. respectively. To cricket, the Nigerian national cricket team continued their losing streak at the ongoing T20 World Cup qualifiers in the UAE after suffering a 5-wicket defeat to the hosts on Thursday. The team, nicknamed the Yellow Greens, recorded 111 runs for the loss of 3 wickets in the first innings, while the UAE scored 112 runs in 12.3 overs with a loss of 5 wickets. Nigeria will take on Ireland in their next game on Saturday, while the United Arab Emirates will go top of the table alongside Canada and Oman. To tennis, 3-time major winner Stan Wawrinka is out of the Swiss indoors tournament in Basel, Switzerland, following his withdrawal from the event due to injury. The 34-year-old Swiss 7th seed had defeated Francis Tiafoe of the USA in the previous round and was primed to face compatriot Roger Federer in the quarterfinals, but has now pulled out of the clash because of a back problem. Elsewhere, Greek 3rd seed Stefanos Tsitsipas advanced to the last 8 courtesy of a 6-7, 6-2, 6-4 win over Ricardas Berankis, while Filip Krajinovic stunned the Italian 5th seed Fabio Fognini 6-2, 6-4. Still on tennis, top seed Dominic Thiem advanced to the last 8 of the Vienna Open in Austria, following a 3-set victory over Spain's Fernando Verdasco, while Guy Monfils and Diego Schwartzman both progressed.
Thank you very much, Pedro. It's time for basketball, but Odudutu is here. Well, some interesting results here. Atlanta Hawks defeated Detroit Pistons 117-100, but that's not really where the story lies. Milwaukee Bucks 117 victors over Houston Rockets, and Giannis Antetokounmpo having 30 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists in that one, a triple-double. Russell Westbrook posted 24 points and 16 rebounds for the Rockets. And Los Angeles Clippers, they defeated Golden State Warriors 141-122. Kawhi Leonard 21 points, Lou Williams 22 points, Steph Curry 23 points. But the Houston Rockets, Golden State Warriors.
Actually, all the 3 games had stories. But they quickly the Hawks won. Trae Young, who ran Luka Doncic close for Rookie of the Year last season, he just picked up from there. Therefore, scored 38 points in that win. So that's all the story with that. Houston Rockets. On this night, it was Russell Westbrook had picked up the slack because James Harden was poor from the floor. It was 3 of 13, but he had 14 trips to the free throw line. He made all 14 shots. So that's where I got all his points from. But from the floor, it was poor. It was 3 for 13. But Russell Westbrook played really well. But sadly for the Rockets, or worryingly for the Rockets, Giannis fouled out with 5 minutes left in the game. Despite his triple-double, he fouled out, and they thought they could step up and go on to win the game. For a long time they led, but still with Giannis out, the Bucks just started playing as a team. So they held on, they got the win, and I think that's going to be a worry for the whole league. Because last year, once Giannis is off the floor, Bucks struggle. Now in a very tough building against a very good team, they had to hold their nerve and win with Giannis out. 5 minutes is a long time in basketball, and so for me, I think that's a very significant result. Now to the battle or to the game in San Francisco. That now remember, this is the first game that Warriors are playing in their new gym.
Yeah.
This is the opening night in their new arena, and then at the Clippers came in and they did the same thing they did to Lakers in the Staples Center. But for me, significantly in this game also, Kawhi played only 21 minutes in this game, just 21. Most of the points came from the bench.
Wow.
Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams, those guys scored big because I think by the end of the third quarter, they are leading by almost 30 points. So I think Kawhi started the whole of the fourth quarter. Man, these Clippers are very, very dangerous.
Wow.
Let's see how it will unfold.
All right, from a dangerous team to a certain dangerous information. The FIFA Council have failed to name Nigeria as host of the Under-20 Women's World Cup. We'll serve all of that and more on the Nigerian sports scene. Right back. Welcome back. It's time for the Nigerian sports scene, and in case you missed it, Yes, we dropped Football Fantastic on the YouTube channel at Sport Vision NG just yesterday, and thank you for all the review and response. But today, we'll be dropping the hoops. If you think you've heard it all on basketball, then you need to watch that one too, because as expected and as usual, Bode Ogutu, the Oracle, and Dejo Motoibo, they did
The
wonders.
Grandmaster.
Yes, on that one. Bode, let's start from, should I call it heartbreak for those who thought they already had it in the bag? FIFA Council failed to name Nigeria as the host of the Under-20 Women's World Cup, and then they named other countries for
To host the
other
other
teams.
events.
Yes.
Look, for me, I don't think it's a heartbreak per se. It's like it's more confusing, because in the first instance, we were the ones that said that FIFA want to host. FIFA didn't say come and host, and we've been trying to convince the world and convince ourselves and convince the government that we want to host. But hey, I guess if you're not seeing the writing on the wall, yeah, that if it's not that FIFA doesn't want to give us this tournament, it will mean that we're about to see a lot of money spent in the next few months.
Yeah.
Because if FIFA have said nothing about Nigeria hosting the tournament, it means that they don't like what they saw, because they were here
Yes.
a while back to look at facilities.
Yeah.
So which meant that they didn't like what they saw, which meant that we are going to spend a lot of money to ensure that the facilities is ready to host a tournament that, hey, anybody could have hosted. So I think for me it's confusing. So, but let's wait and see what to develop, because now there's going to be a reaction from the NFF. Because if FIFA has not said anything, they've got to keep justifying why we need to host the tournament.
Yes.
So let's wait for what the NFF will say to us.
Wow. Well, it only happens here.
Oh yeah,
It's part of the world.
drama never ends.
Okay, yes, let's go to action on the field of play. The CAF Confederations Cup, we have Enyimba. Enyimba would host CS Galaxy in Aba, while Rangers would travel to face Kara. And you look at the two teams, Galaxy and Kara. I don't think they should worry us, but like we mentioned this morning, this Kara team, the Togolese that battered boys, home-based boys.
You know, for me, I want to see how the game between Kara and Rangers will unfold, because what we have had it over and over again in the past 2 weeks that Kara supplied 7 of the players from the Togolese team that won against Nigeria. So if Rangers can beat that team, it means the problem is deeper than we think. But if they defeat Rangers, okay, we knew there was a problem. But if Rangers go on to win, it just flips the switch. It means that there's something wrong with the national team setup. It means there's something wrong with the team selection or whatever.
Yeah.
Because look, I looked at the composition of that team. If Kara, who are Togolese champions, could supply 7 of the players to the national team, how come our own champions didn't supply that many? I mean, the teams that finished the top 2, top 3, they supply, give us the bulk of players.
Yeah.
I think there's something wrong. I know we talk about national character, but I remember that the first Nigerian team to win the world tournament, the under 17 team, Captain Oluka Agbadi, had a bulk of boys from Edo State. 1993. A bulk of boys from Edo State, a bunch of boys from Eastern Nigeria. So football doesn't speak any language. So for me, if all the players that of a team, if all the players come from Enyimba and Rangers, and probably Aqua United, then put them, let them go and play football. Don't let's look at it. So for me, if Rangers win this, it means we've got to look inwards and readjust. But if Rangers lose, then okay, we already know there's a problem. Let's start working to solve it.
The under-23 camp, we hear one of the foreign players, that's true, Kelechi Nwakali.
Is he foreign based?
He plays for Huesca.
No, he hasn't played this season.
Okay.
Let's be clear. He has played this season. He hasn't played a single minute for Huesca. So the reason he's able to come is because they don't need him. And for me, that's a worry. Because that guy was one of our best players for the Under-17 World Cup a few years ago. Yeah. So for him to have come to a stage where his club can afford to let him go and not even take a look at him. And I checked this record this morning. Hasn't played a single minute for Huesca this season. He's not injured. In fact, he played his last club game in March of this year when he was still at Porto. So that is also a problem.
Well, maybe he needs some redemption. So he's coming to the under-23 camp to find out.
I hope he gets good. Look, because that was actually talented. But the talent hasn't translated into minutes for his teams. and the career projection that we all look we all expecting. So hopefully we'll find some redemption in Egypt, and then we'll go from there.
But don't you think before you go, Golden Eagles, we should expect them to start well tomorrow?
Against Hungary.
Yeah.
Let us see them play first.
Okay.
Because you don't know whether the captain of the team is the son of the head of state or the chief of. Well, let's see them play before we know whether they play well or not.
All right. Thank you very much, buddy. After the break, Yemi Adesoya is here for the World Soccer Report. For the World Soccer Report on Sport Express, Yemi Adesoya is here. Yemi, we would have been talking about the El Clasico. But it's been postponed to December the 18th. Yeah, but we'll talk about the other league games that we have. At least we have a repeat of the UEFA Champions League for last season. But let's start from the Thursday night football, guys. Manchester United, Wolves, Arsenal all picked up wins, either impressive or not.
It's interesting how United and Arsenal seem to be, a band of brothers.
Paddy.
Just going the same way. Arsenal, caused a scare yesterday for a lot of their fans, going behind, but eventually Nicolas Pepe brought out, the goods, paid potentially maybe 10-20% of his huge transfer fee last night. United, on the other hand, nothing different. Showed that if they score one goal, they can't score another.
It's done.
But you have to also give credit to Partizan Belgrade. They gave as much as. I was quite impressed with Sadiq Umar. Funny thing is, there was an former Arsenal player in the lineup, Takuma Asano. In starting that, they did worry United going forward. But you have to say, at least United went away and got finally the first away win in February or some crazy start like that. But Wolves were the ones that impressed me, and of course, looking at it from a Nigerian perspective, it was Rabiu Ibrahim playing for Bratislava. They went ahead, but Wolves found a way. Raúl Jimenez continues to show that he stands heads and shoulders as the best striker for Wolves. It's good that finally this team has settled down.
Yes,
their season is finally taking shape, and then the depth that they've built over the summer, they are using them quite well. So it's good for them now. The English club, at least, they all won. Celtic also won against Lazio at home. A huge result, and Rangers also went away and got a good result at Porto. So,
all right, let's move to league football this weekend. In Ligue 1, PSG hosts Marseille. That should be the standout ties. Nantes, Monaco, Lyon, Metz, Reims, Nimes, and Lille, Bordeaux. Bundesliga, Bayern hosts Union Berlin, Dortmund travel to Schalke for it to be Freiburg, Leipzig, Leverkusen, Werder Bremen, Mönchengladbach, and Freiburg. You look at the Bundesliga and you feel that after this weekend there will be another.
Of course, there will be a reshuffle. Because the Real Derby, that's the biggest game in Germany. Schalke against Dortmund. Schalke, yes, Dortmund are they're the bigger side, more successful side. But Schalke always find a way to stand up for this occasion. And I wouldn't be surprised if they get at least a draw in this one, even though yes, Dortmund have the raw quality. So you would see a potential reshuffle of the pack. You see top 9 teams are separated by 2 points, there will be a reshuffle at the top.
Syria, Roma Milan looks like the pick of the ball, but you look at both teams and they've really struggled this season. Lazio take on Juventus, Inter hosts Parma, Fiorentina, Lazio, Spal, Napoli. Should we expect any shock? Spal, Napoli, Inter, Parma, Lecce, Juventus?
No shocks. I expect everything to work the same way it's worked, but the game I'll be looking at is Fiorentina, Lazio. Fiorentina drew in the Monday game with Brescia. Lazio lost away to Celtic. So 2 teams that are looking for a step up, but both teams have goals in there still.
Okay. La Liga, Atletico Madrid take on Athletic Bilbao, Granada, surprise team of the season so far, hosts Betis, Sevilla, Getafe, Celta Vigo, Sociedad, Osasuna, Valencia, and to the Premier League where we have the big one, Liverpool, Tottenham. Before them we see Arsenal, Palace, Man City, Aston Villa, Burnley, Chelsea, Norwich, Man United. Yemi, well, no time. Liverpool, Tottenham.
Well, Spurs 1 victory in 15 against Liverpool. Only 8 of their last 10 away games they've lost. So you have to say everything points to Liverpool. I think the last 2 games they've played in the league have ended 2-1, 2-1. So Liverpool overwhelming favourites. Forget the fact that they got a blip at Old Trafford last week. They showed stuff they were made of in the Champions League to win 4-1.
Yeah.
But also, Spurs have somehow found their way back. A huge result against Red Star Belgrade puts them, in a good mood. It's going to be a tough time, but I can't see beyond Liverpool winning, except the fact that they're at home. Spurs will give as good as they will get, but I think Liverpool will still win.
All right, thank you very much, Yemi Adesanya. And for more of this, you just have to go to our YouTube channel at Sport Vision NG. Subscribe, because we've got some fantastic content right there. It's Football Fantastic, where we have the rap and talking tactics, Yemi Adesanya, DJ Omotoyibo, and the team, and also the hoops we dropped today. Pure basketball, Bode Ogutu, and also DJ Omotoyibo. My name is Kingsley Apan. It's been fun having you listen to Sport Express. Good morning.
We've got songs from the 60s.